It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. And here is the monster, Zhu Kang, fighting out of Beijing, China. And they'll be facing...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner,
from Beijing, China, here is the acclaimed featherweight champion of the world, known as the Monster, Zhu Kang.
Fighting out of the blue corner, from the United States of America, wearing the...
So they stare into each other. What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Good counter punching. Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter shot. Just missed with that jab. That's another scoring shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And look in that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Can't find a home with that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. Here we go for round 2. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Insane action. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Your footwork has to be on point when you're fighting a swarmer. If it's not, you're going to get caught in the corner and beaten up.
You've got to be strict to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter punch. That right uppercut misses. A perfect counter shot. Nice counter. The straight right just misses. There's a counter shot, and that straight got him. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is...
There's the bell to start round 3. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Not a lot of defense here at all. Couldn't land that jab. Beautiful counter shot. They exchanged punches. Catch and shoot. How about that time counter shot? Nobody home with that hook. Scores with the counter. Stamina is off the charts. Nice punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. No secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one. There's the bell to start round 4. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. Punch caught him clean. He threw a punch and just got countered. You'd like to see more jabs. Unlucky to miss with that jab. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. The jab doesn't quite connect. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Big time on the scores.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next.
Time for the 5th round. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Perfect counter lands. The straight right just misses. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pop areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
And down goes the artist. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
That's love.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you continue.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to losing around.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
You've been put down. You've got to think.
There's the bell for round 6. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box it. Frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he throws you down.
Halfway through, did you see that? And at some point, the corner needs to decide. I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Good counter. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round. Here we go. It's round 7. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Counter shot lands. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Nice counter punch. Do you believe this? Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
A lot of effort being exerted here. That big hook doesn't land. His stamina is off the charts. The judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
You cannot gas out if you prepared right, slept right.
Round 8, and we're off again. They let it all hang out in the last round. What are they... Whoa, wait a minute! Zhu Kan, the monster, in trouble! It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Where did that come from? What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your blood.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Gotta look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Is he going to punch himself out, though? That uppercut doesn't get through. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Well, it's go back. As the sun sets, we welcome you on this beautiful afternoon. First up, the artist from the United States. Julio Cesar Chavez making his way.
This bout,
A lot of pre-match drama. Here we go, round 1. Who's going to land the first big shot? Solid punch. They exchange punches. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's a counter shot. Insane action. That counter shot lands. That big hook doesn't land. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
Todd, this is something you could never, ever get used to. How many gyms are built outside? How many times do we train, spar, and everything outside? Now you're having a fight outside. This is where fighters may gas themselves out. This is where the environment may make so much of a difference. You may not realize it. Let's watch when the rounds roll on.
And just got countered. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. The courage on display here is incredible. Just misses with that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That was almost a tip. There's the bell for round 2. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You're not going to see a lot of finesse and skills from this guy. He wants to bury his forehead in your chest and pound away.
You are fighting the Swarmer. Be smart, be sharp. Concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that Swarmer, once you do that, you're giving the man a chance that should have you.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Catch and shoot. Can they figure out the combination to this cinch?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now,
and down goes the artist. I don't care how good your chin is, a punch like that, and you're going down.
a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. There's the bell for round 3. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle. He's got to bluff.
Julio Cesar Chavez in some serious trouble. You can see that body punch folded him like a lawn chair.
Even I've got...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Need to turn this around halfway through.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Not a lot of defense here at all. Good counter punching. One of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked. Nice counter shot. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. It's not over till it's over. And there's the bell to start round 4. Trying to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That's another scoring shot. A punch, a receipt is coming right back. How about that time counter shot? Incredible work rate. Good defense on the right uppercut. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Well done with that counter shot. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Nice counter. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Both men step back for just a moment. And he scores with the counter. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. You all three jump. There's the bell for round 5. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
That jab doesn't find a home. The perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter shot. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Stamina is off the charts. Beautiful counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. Nice counter shot. Punch count. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about a one-sided three. Let's start the 6. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter punch. A perfect counter lands. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
His stamina is off the charts. That counter punch caught him clean. Back and forth they go. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This can be so frustrating when you're in with such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, there was no doubt about who. There's the bell to start round 7. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You still want to fight.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Let him look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
They're going to pick things up halfway through the round here.
If that but ever hope. Remember the fight to Evander Holyfield? He should be behind them.
Stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Whoa! Lights out! It's over! This fight is done! Let's see that again.
I've got to see that again.
You heard that right.